Welcome guys, welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate everybody that subscribes to me. You know, I'm into podcasting. I have a YouTube channel that I'm proud of, and I'm a retro collector. And when I was doing my podcast yesterday with my brothers, my gaming brothers, and big shouts out to my chat that has supported me since day one. And there's one particular brother out there that's always supported us, all of us, in all our podcasts. He's a great guy, and his name is Channel. And Channel loves when I do my retro collection videos. And I am getting back into that, but I'm also kind of running out of stuff. I don't want to keep doing things, over and over. It's really hard these days, guys, to actually find retro stuff for a good price. At the end of my show, me and my brother Sega Forever were talking over an hour about just retro gaming and the systems that he owned, the games that he owned that are almost priceless today. With Panzer Dragoon Saga, different games like that was on the Sega Saturn. But today, guys, we're going to take a walk back down memory lane, and I'm going to show you some, really awesome shmup games or shoot 'em up games from different various of systems that I own in my collection, and that are retro shoot 'em ups, man. And they were great games. Some of the games were very expensive. Actually, today a lot of retro games are very expensive, and that's not even counting having the game complete, guys. If you want to get into retro gaming, it's better if you could just find the game. If it's just the cartridge, even if it's just the CD form of the game, if you can find it, do not pass up on it. Because when you want to collect retro games in its full intact with booklet, case and everything in mint condition, depending on what game it is, it's going to be kind of expensive. I don't think you're going to ever, unless you're very lucky and you go to some unknown, really just mom and pop store that don't know anything about gaming and they put it out there for $5 or something like that, then yes, you found a gem and you scored very good of finding something retro with gaming. As a hunter of retro collecting, you scored very high. And I've had that happen to me plenty of times with flea markets and some Goodwills that I go to, mostly flea markets, that happened with me back in the day, and sometimes even in the day we're in now, sometimes, but very seldomly will I find anything retro out there right now. If I would go to flea markets or even Goodwills and thrift stores, you're not going to really find much of anything super retro, like for Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, TurboGrafx 16, 3DO, and even ones down the line. You're not going to find it, man. And if you do, they're going to know what the price of it is, because they look it up now on computers and then they just put it at their price. Even these used stores do that. So it's kind of hard now to find a really good price for a retro game or system right now without paying, high prices in there. You know what I mean? If somebody that you know in your family has something that's retro and they don't want it anymore and they give it to you, that's 2 thumbs up, because that's great. Then you can preserve it and keep it and enjoy it yourself and go back and walk down a memory lane and play those games and then pass it down to your family, your kids, that like gaming and that will also, keep it up and take care of it. You know what I mean? That will preserve what you gave them. So the first game we're going to get into is for the regular NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, that came out in the early 80s in the US of A. And this game is by Milton Bradley, actually. It's one of my all-time favorite side-scrolling shmup games. I love this game today. I still play the game today, and it has an awesome cover. I don't have it in the box, okay? This game, Abonox, came in the box. But this is a great shoot-'em-up that I actually have in an original Nintendo sleeve case, okay? But this game is called Abonox, and this was a great shmup game, man. It also had very good, actually it had very good music also in the game. It's in very good condition, as you can see. The artwork on the front, the advertisement of the game is in very good condition. There's no rips or tears. There's no fading of the game. It's in very good condition, guys. This is a game that I still play and enjoy today. It would be good to see these games actually come out for these next-gen systems, you know, and be downloadable digitally on your consoles, no matter what you play on. I would love to see this on my Xbox Series X. You know what I mean? Different things like that. That would be awesome, you know, to see this on there, you know? Because I love shmup games. I love shmup games. They're my favorite. His favorite is beat 'em ups. He loves beat 'em ups, hack and slash adventure games. He loves shmups too, but he's into beat 'em ups, you know. But I'm a shmup guy. I have a lot of shmup games, shoot 'em up games on every system that I own. But this is Abonox. Get a closer look, trying to get it in there good so, you know, the lighting's not messing it up. But as you can see, it had really good artwork. Back in the day, they put more love and detail in their artwork, you know, when it came to cartridge-based games. They just did. They did really great work with these older games when it came to the appeal of the game. This is appeal. Makes you want to, you know, if you're a shmup guy, be like, man, that looks cool. I want to check that out, man. That looks like a fire game. So, yeah, Abonox, man, for the original Nintendo Entertainment System. And I actually own one, and I still sometimes will hook it up and play it today because it's part of my childhood. And, you know, I love my Series X, and I love my games on there. I love Xbox, but it's good to take a walk down memory lane sometime, guys, and fire up those old systems, man. You know, it's good times, you know, that you remember from your childhood as a young video gamer. The next one we have here is by Sega Genesis. This is an expensive game. I think it was based off if I'm correct, an anime series in Japan, I think, guys. I mean, my memory is getting shot here. I'm getting older. Way back, somebody I think told me it was based off of an anime series, I think. And I think there's a sequel to this game, but came out on another console. This game is very expensive right now. I have it in mint condition. It's very awesome game that I still play today if I put in play my Sega Genesis, or I like to play my Sega Genesis 3. I don't have to hook up my Sega CD, my old school Genesis. All I got to do is hook up my little Sega Model 3, which is about this big, and plug in the A and V cables into the TV, and still enjoy these great shmup games. And this game is called Troubleshooter. Troubleshooter. This is a very good game. Fantastic game. It has great side-scrolling graphics, 16-bit graphics. It's very colorful. The art style and animation is really good in the game. It's very classic. It's very classic anime. It's classic anime style that was made into this game. It's very cool. It has a little bit of voice overs in it when you're fighting like the bosses and different things like that. This is a great game. This game is expensive today. I seen it one time for over $100 on eBay and Amazon, like maybe $150. And that was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, guys. Now this game could be more today. I don't know. If, like I said, if you can just find the cartridge and you find it for $40 or $30 or something like that, and you're a retro collector, don't pass it up. Pick it up. But if you're going to want to complete, like I have it with the booklet and you know, and the case, it's going to cost you a lot more, guys. It's going to cost you a lot more. That's the thing about retro collecting, is if you want the booklet and stuff, like, it's going to cost you a lot more. Now, how I got this game is a near and dear friend of mine Cyrus649. I hope he's doing well. He doesn't do videos anymore. He doesn't do gaming videos anymore. I'm pretty sure he's still a gamer. I think he's moved on from YouTube. But we did a trade. It was some Nintendo stuff that I had that he really wanted. And he traded me this game, Troubleshooter. He told me one time when I talked to him he regret doing that. Because I guess he found out how much it, I guess, was worth. And things like that. But, you know, it's still in all good love and faith of gamers trading, you know. But I got it from him from a trade. No, I didn't pay no money for it. This was a trade. And he traded me. So this is a great game. It has very awesome artwork. Like I said, back in the day, they were just more passionate about the artwork and style of giving you a description of the game. So this is another awesome side-scrolling shmup game, a must-own for Genesis collectors if you can find it at a reasonable price. And that is a great game on the Sega Genesis, man. I love the game still today. Now this next game, guys, is the only shoot 'em up that I know of on the OG Papa Xbox, the OG Xbox, where it all started. I might butcher the name a little bit, but this game is very dark and gritty. It's a dark and gritty shmup game that I haven't even beaten, because I'm at this part where I can't get past. But I like the game because it's a very weird shmup game. I was trying to get my brother, he bought this game. I'm still going to try to get he bought this game. If I see it, I'm going to get it for him. It might be a little pricey, but if I see it, I'm going to get it for him because he really wants this game. It is the only shmup game, I believe, on the OG Xbox. If there's another shmup game, when I show you this, that you know of that's on the original Xbox, let me know in the comment section below, guys. This is only on Xbox also. And I don't want to really butcher the name. I think it's called Exion or Xeon. I can't say it. I think it's by a company called Evolved Games. But this is the only shmup game that came out on the original Xbox. Back in that time, the PlayStation 2 had way more shmup games on it than the OG Xbox. The OG Xbox honestly didn't get no love in the US for shmup games and shoot 'em up games like I like. Now, if you buy the what is it called? The Tanyo games, the collection, like from Tanyo and I forgot the other one, Tanyo and I think Tecmo. If you bought the collections of games that they made for the original Xbox, then yes, you can say that there were shmup games on there, you know, from other company, old school shmup games, and Capcom. They had a couple on there too when they made those compilations, and I have them all, where they have all different types of their old school games on there, then yes. But I'm talking about mainly made for Xbox. This is the only game that I know that was in existence that was a shmup game for Xbox, and it's very weird. It's a very weird shoot 'em up game. It's like gritty, kind of like gory shmup, kind of. And I love this game, and I'm glad to have it in my collection. This game is expensive. I seen it for over $90 to $100. You know, it could be down in price today, guys. I don't know. I don't want to get into too much detail because I haven't researched these games in a long time. But it is an expensive game, and it's kind of hard to find. And it's a gem that was on the OG Papa Xbox. This game is complete also. It is complete also. Now, I picked this game up a long time ago when the exchange was just still kind of new out there with their company, and I got this for a whopping $5. Now, I don't know what it is today. The last time I checked, I seen it in the $90 range. It could have went down, it could have went up. But I got this very cheap. You know, I think it was around the time the Xbox was kind of going away, or people were just not really feeling Xbox like me and a lot of other people. Maybe it didn't do well in sales. I don't know, guys, but I got it for $5. And this is an awesome, awesome game. Very good artwork with the girl right there and the ship. It's awesome, as you can see as well on the front of the case. And then on the back, it shows you a little detail of the game and what you're going to be doing in the game, man. This is an awesome game. It was only on Xbox, as you see right there. Only on Xbox. And we didn't really see many games that came out for the OG Xbox that were shmup games, man. We just didn't. That was just made for the system. We didn't see that. So the next one is actually a really awesome game that was on the Wii, the first Wii, that became actually the shovelware Wii, the shovelware system. Actually, that's what the Wii became after a little while of it being out, and people were just so upset with the Wii after it being out for a while. It did phenomenal numbers when it first came out. I worked at GameStop when that came out, man. There were people that were upset because they couldn't get a Wii, and we only got like 2 in the store, and they were lined up. I'm talking about 50, 60, 70 people lined up in the mall, out the door, trying to get this Wii system, and we only had 3. You don't know how mad they were. There was a woman that was so mad, she was going to call Nintendo company in front of the GameStop and trying to get a hold of like the GameStop headquarters because she was so mad that she wanted a Wii for her kid. Man, was she mad, and there was no way of compensating her at all. It was Wii madness back then, and I'll never forget the day of launch of the original Wii. But this game is an awesome game, and the Wii, I believe, has a few more shoot 'em ups, I think. But the one I have on here is called the Ultimate Shooting Collection. This is a sought after because it had a couple of shooters that were on here. And I believe one of the shooters that are on here is also on the GameCube. And I believe it is, and I own that for the GameCube. Now, I don't have that one up here to show you guys because I want to show you the Wii version. But it had other shoot 'em ups on there. It had 3 great arcade shooting games in one in this game. Now, I don't know how much the Wii version of this game is right now. If you find it physically in the case and everything, that's great. Just don't overpay for it, because that's where it comes, where they want you to pay more because of that. If you find a disc, like I said, guys, pick it up. Get it for your Wii. If you're a shmup fan like I am, diehard shmup fan, you will enjoy this game because you get 3, like I said, you get 3 great games in here. You get 3 great shoot 'em up games in this Wii compilation. This is awesome. Now, this isn't complete. This doesn't have the booklet in it, but I have the disc in flawless condition. And I did not pay a lot of money for this. I think I paid about $8 or something like that I think I got this at the exchange. Now, I don't know how much it is today. It might be a little more. It could still be $8 if you find it somewhere. If it is, that's great. Pick it up because it's a great shmup package. You get 3 of them in there, and it's really good. And it has become a little bit rare, I think. I don't really hear that much about it on YouTube. I looked it up. There was a couple guys that did videos on it. But it's a great shmup, guys, to have for your Wii system. The next one is here, an Ultimate Classic. An Ultimate Classic was a great, fun impact game on the Sega CD. I have this complete in its case and shell. This game has went up in price. And I believe I have the original disc I found real cheap at a flea market a long time ago for about $1. But I found it again, complete in its case, for I think it was $10. And this was a while ago, and I believe I got it at the exchange. And it is for Sega CD, and this is called Split Heat. In flawless condition. You can see the sticker down here because it came from the exchange, and this is where they put the stickers. Now, I don't want to really fool around with it too much because you got to watch these hinges on here, because you can break these easily. games like the PlayStation had it too. They were infamous for these cases to break on the hinges. And man, people got so upset if they broke because they broke so easy. You could drop this lightly and it'd still crack or break. And then they eventually changed to cardboard cases, different things like that. So because people were complaining so much about the jewel cases that they had for these games at that time and era of gaming. But Split Heat, as you can see, has a nice art cover with the ship coming out. Really cool little fireball background back there. But this is a great game to play on your Sega CD. And it's complete with the little sponge in there and everything, And you have the booklet. This is another great game that came out. It was really awesome. You can see some of the detail of the game in the back there. More of a like a top-down almost, like, a game. These blocky sprites, different things like that. It was a good game. It was a very good game. I still sometimes, if I hook my Sega CD up, I'll still go back and rock this game out. It actually came out with a newer version on the PlayStation 2 that was a really awesome game, and I own that too. That's an awesome shmup game that has definitely went up in price for the PlayStation 2 that you're not going to see in this video. In a later video, I'll do a part 2 of collecting classic shoot-'em-up games, and I'll include that in the next one. But this is an awesome game, and it's in very good mint condition. And that takes the value up of your games when you go to sell them or pass them down. And hopefully they'll take care of them also. Now, the next system, a shmup game I'm going to show you, this system is infamous of having very expensive games, and I know you guys already know what I'm talking about, and that's the Sega Saturn. The Sega Saturn had some phenomenal shmup games on it. They did. Now, I don't own a lot, to be honest with you, on the Sega Saturn. I would have to import them from Japan because I have the cartridge, the Mega cartridge that plays import games, But I have a couple, and this is near and dear to my heart. An awesome game by Acclaim. This is worth over $80 right now, and it is Darius. Or Darius, some people would say, like my brother Hebot's son, Darius. And this is a fantastic game that's in very good mint condition. This is Darius Gaiden for the Sega Saturn. This game has definitely went up in price. It has beautiful graphics. It's an awesome side-scrolling shoot-'em-up with these big monster-looking fish, and you're this little ship. It is an awesome, challenging game, too, at times. If you can get through all the boards, that's awesome. And it had great, fantastic music in it. The composed music in this was awesome. It is by Acclaim, which is cool. I am so glad to own this game. And I got the game when they were doing a big trade-in at my exchange over 8 years ago, I believe. And the dude that knew me knew I liked shmups, the guy that worked there. And he said, "Hey, do you want this? We're trading it in. This guy's trading it in right now. I'll save it aside and for you when we price it. Do you want it?" And I was like, hell yeah, because I don't own much shmup games on there. And I was only charged $20, which is awesome. And it was definitely worth it because the value of these shmup games go up, I believe, every year. Now, in these days, I've seen it for over $80. So it was a good investment. And when I got it, I also came in with a trade. So technically, I didn't pay much for it because I did a trade and I got money off on all my trade, including with Darius Gaiden for the Sega Saturn. It is in flawless condition. The paper you see fell out. That's for a code if you want to play it, Invincibility. You put that code in. It has an advertisement here of the what's his name, Aerosmith game here that was a shmup game by Acclaim on the inside the cover there. And as you notice, you see this plastic here. They started to make the plastic insides with like a cheaper plastic. The first games didn't have that. later on in the years, that's how they made the games, I believe, with this cheaper plastic right here. Instead of it being a snap-in plastic like the regular jewel case. But that is Darius Gaydon. I am so glad, or Darius Gaydon, whatever you guys want to call it, to own this shmup. And as you can see from the details on the back, it is a awesome, awesome game. If you collect for Sega Saturn, it's a must-own game. If you can find this out in the wild, just the disc, and it's in good condition and not too scratched up, buy it. Because you will not be disappointed. If you're a shmup fan, you will love this 2D side-scrolling shoot-'em-up shmup game, guys. Now, this next one here, it's in very good condition. I try to keep it in very good condition. It was the only shmup game, I believe, on the system. I haven't seen any more. Honestly, I looked hard for to see if there was other shmup games on this system. The system did very poorly. We talked about this system yesterday at the end of my podcast. And this game is over $100. Way over. I seen it for $130 one time on eBay. And it is a beautiful, weird game for the 32X called Calibri. And I own this. And I was trying to own this game for so long. So long, guys. It has the original cardboard cover. The front of it is beautiful with the little bird there. I think it's like a hummingbird or something like that. But it's a bird that you have to shoot different creatures in the game. It's a very, very weird side-scrolling shmup game with awesome graphics. I have to say the graphics, in my opinion, were awesome because you're out in the nature. You have to shoot all different type of bugs, mosquitoes, I think other birds, if I remember, different things like that. But this game is so expensive on the 32X. When I got it, I did another trade with the exchange, and it was in there. It was about $35, $40. And I did a trade, and I got a good amount of a trade, and I only had to pay for my whole trade because there was other games in there, $10. And this was in there with the trade because I did a big trade. I had just a whole bunch of stuff that I wasn't using or I had extra of, and I included this in my trade. And I was so glad to have this because this is a big hunt for Calibri. And if you want it in its case and its book and everything, it's all in here in the cardboard. This game is well over $100, and it was the only shmup game on the 32X. You know, I don't really want to take Calibri out, but I will show you the cardboard, and if you look in the background there, you can see the black and white, instruction booklet in the back. But that's how Sega started doing their games, with cardboard. Like as you see, you got to try to keep these in good condition because they were also hard to keep in good condition. But it is an awesome game. There's some of the graphics on the back of the game. It explains the game on the back. But it is a very well sought after game for the 32X, guys. Now the next one I have here is for PlayStation 2. I found this for a whopping $3 at the flea market, man. And it is a great shmup game by UFO. And it is Raiden, however you want to pronounce it, 3 for the PlayStation 2. And I paid only a couple dollars for this game that a guy was selling a long time ago when they had video games. You don't really find them that much there anymore. You can see it's a little beat up. But I had to have it for that. Nobody's going to pass up getting a shmup game on any system for a few dollars. And it's one of my near and dear games. I love this game on a PlayStation 2. It has great graphics. It has great sound. And in my opinion, like I will always tell you guys, the best PlayStation ever made is the PlayStation 2. So this is a great shmup game. Now, this game is probably went up in price. I'm going to say, off my head, maybe $70 to $75 mark. If you want it in the case, maybe even more. But it's a good game to own if you love PlayStation 2 and you like shmup games, this is definitely one to pick up for that system. Now this one here, actually, I got to show you guys something. It didn't come with the original case. It came with a double, right? And the guy, you won't believe this. He threw in an extra game in here because he didn't know what to do with it. He asked me how much you think it is. I said, dude, I don't know, but I'll take it if you don't want it for the $3. And it is the Raiden Project, I believe, which was the first Raiden game, first one that was on the PlayStation 1. So he threw in Raiden Project with Raiden 3 for $3. And you can't beat that. That is awesome. I don't have the original case for Raiden Project. If I find it out in the wild, it will have its own case, and then the value of it will go up. But just buying this, just the disc, is even expensive because it's a very sought-after game, and it's probably a little hard to find right now. So I got it for a whopping $3, which is awesome, for 2 great shmup games that were on. One on the PlayStation 1 and on the PlayStation 2, guys. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Now, we were just talking about PlayStation, and we got one more left, and then that's going to be it for today's Classics collection. This is a great game that I found for $5 at the exchange. It is a really cool, kind of like a 3D type shmup game. It has a really cool artwork on the front with a gold, like shiny trim around the wording, Raystorm, for the PlayStation 1. This is Raystorm for the PlayStation 1. There is a Raystorm that's on the Xbox 360. That's on the Xbox 360. I believe you could still buy it today. I own it. There's one that's on the Xbox 360 in the store that you can buy today. This is Raystorm on the PlayStation 1. This is another great shmup game, but it is challenging. It's not easy. It has great graphics for back in the time. For I think the PlayStation was 32-bit, right? It had great graphics for back at the time. Very colorful sprites. Everything in the game is awesome. There's a little detail of Raystorm on the back. This game is expensive right now. I think I seen it one time for over $50, but that was a couple years ago, because sometimes I like to go back and see if prices went down or up on some of the games I own. And one place to find these games is Lukey Games. So check out Lukey Games. You can find them. Some of them are going to be expensive. Some of them might be out of stock, but you might be lucky. If you like shmup games, if you like collecting retro games for a good price, it is Lukey Games. Because if you buy over $25 worth of games, you get free shipping. Okay? So check out Lukey Games. And Raystorm is a very awesome game on the PlayStation 1. The Xbox 360 is now considered a retro system. Okay? This is another great shmup game that has definitely went up in price. It was not back compat for the Xbox Ones and Series S's and X's. And this is Raiden Fighter Aces. This is a very expensive game right now by Viacom. This is only made for the Xbox 360. It says only on Xbox 360 and is Raiden Fighters Aces. Very, very good condition. Very nice artwork on the cover. Only for Xbox Live. This is a fantastic game. The other game became back a patent. I have it. It's actually the remake that you can buy right now on Amazon or on the store. You know, and I'm not going to buy it right now, the remake, physically, because in my opinion, it's just too much right now. I don't want to buy it right now because I want to get the other one that's coming out with it. Well, I'll buy them both. That's going to be made for the Xbox Series S and X. But this is Raiden Aces, and this game is really cool because what's cool about it is it has 3 games on it. Raiden Fighters, Raiden Fighters 2, and Raiden Fighters, I think, EX. I can't see it very well. But you could probably see it on the back there. It has 3 different versions, different types of Raiden. shmup games. These are top down, and they're very awesome games. Raiden has, they, like I just showed you for the PlayStation 2. These are very awesome games. They're really beloved by people that collected and liked shoot 'em ups back in the day till now. But Raiden Fighters Aces is a fantastic game, guys. You might be able to find it cheap out in the wild. Like I said, if you can find it, and it's a good price, guys. If you only find the disc, that's awesome. But it is a great game. Oh, look what I have in here. I didn't even know if I had this in here. A Crimson of Gears. I think I saved it from somewhere else. But yeah, it's complete. Everything's in flawless condition. But if you can find it, guys, pick it up. If you have an Xbox 360, which I do, I have two Xbox 360s, two different models. One is still hooked up. The other one is put away, to keep preserved, for gaming. But that is it today, guys. This video, yes, it went a little long, but when I do these collection videos, guys, hope you watch it in its entirety. Maybe you can learn something from it, something you didn't know, or it might give you some great ideas, or it might make you want to just go out and be like, man, Sega Man got me hyped, man. I want to go out and find some of these really classic shmup games that look like they would be really awesome to play in 2023. All right, guys, so next week, I will be back with another collections video. Like I said, I'm running out of stuff. I'm going to be trying to do different things that might not pertain to, the video games physically. Might be other things that pertain to video games in a different form, like maybe magazines or memorabilia I still have from back then. So I'm going to try to make it different. All right, so you guys enjoy the beginning of the week. It's Monday, have a great week, guys. Happy gaming. We got the new Minecraft that's going to be coming out tomorrow, Minecraft Legends. I have it downloaded already. Check it out, guys. And you guys have a great week. And Sega Man will be back next week with another collections video. This one's for you, channel. Peace and love, guys. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.